Like, is the red carpet for the blood spilled of all the people that you killed, my boy? I mean, because if that's why you rolled it out, then okay, Trump, I see your sense of humor. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, y'all, and welcome to the Early Morning Hustle Show, where I'm here to test your patience and your intelligence. So let's tap in, tap. If the meeting go long, ain't nothing wrong, but if it goes short, bitch, we better abort. Well, what happened when it's in the middle? So, of course, we're going to start off with the Putin and Donald Trump meeting at the, Pursuing Peace Summit in Alaska that occurred on August, 15th, 2025. Bitch, because last week just got to. Hurry. The meeting between the United States and Russia was supposed to be a bargaining chip or a step towards peace, literally in the Middle East between Russia and Ukraine. This is something that we've been talking about all week. And so yesterday, when the actual summit happened, Donald Trump, like I said, he made a statement prior to, if the meeting goes long, then everything is okay. But if it doesn't, that means it's not okay. So after 3 hours and some change of meeting, Donald Trump and his advisors, Vladimir Putin and his advisors, they came to no conclusion. They came out and spoke to the press. Vladimir Putin spoke first, and he talked about the history of Russia and Alaska. He talked about he and Donald Trump's relationship, and essentially said, we don't have a deal, but maybe we could possibly work on one. And Donald Trump said, you heard the man. Also, to add, Vladimir Putin co-signed Trump in saying that if Trump had have been president, the war that's going on now would have never happened. And that's disturbing and telling for so many different ways, for so many different reasons, in so many different ways, for so many different reasons. Mostly because Vladimir Putin is a psychopath killer. The question now is what's next. So apparently Donald Trump had an hour-long phone call with Volodymyr Zelensky of Ukraine, and he's supposed to be flying to the United States on Monday to discuss, I guess, what Donald Trump and Putin discussed. So last time he was here, that wasn't a very pleasant experience. So let's hope it will be more pleasant, especially saying that he literally rolled out the red carpet for a murderer. And I was just like, is the red carpet for the blood spilled of all the people that you killed, my boy? I mean, because if that's why you rolled it out, then okay, Trump, I see your sense of humor. But we'll see how that goes, but the saga continues. Some people think we should stay out of it. Some people, because I literally asked, I did a poll. I was like, hey, y'all, do y'all think this is a good deal between us and Russia? And everybody is like, no. Oh, and there's something I did want to say, too. Vladimir Putin wrote in Beast, I think he need to throw that bitch away and get a whole new one. Fuck it. I don't trust Vladimir Putin to save my life. He look evil. He look like an evil cartoon character. He look like if Vladimir, don't come for me. He looked like if a demon was in flesh. In a quiet court case with the Attorney General for Washington, D.C., the Trump administration, and I think the Attorney General and a federal judge found that what Donald Trump did in reordering the chain of command for the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department was illegal, and he can't do that. So the police department is still under its normal chain of command, opposed to being under the chain of the command of the DOJ and the commissioner and all of those federal people. I think that's a really, really, really big win for justice, to be honest. Like, it's small, and we'll still have to, and they'll still have to cooperate with the FBI, and they'll still have to work with Donald Trump, but they are in charge and not Pam Bondi. Even though, if we're being honest, they're still in charge. You get what I'm saying? Because let's be honest. But just attempting to make them follow the rules. All of that matters. Every little bit of it matters in the legal mind, in the legal system, but also in history. And speaking of history, the Smithsonian, Donald Trump is trying to erase history, literally whitewash history, and write history in a way that it'll be remembered in a kind way for people who may have not been so kind in history. I'm not even going to get into the politics of it all because people get lost in the sauce of it. If that's not what happened, then you shouldn't be trying to change it. And so what I learned, interesting factoid, the Smithsonian is a series of, I want to say 12 different museums, and all of them have all types of historical references. And Donald Trump is trying to go throughout them and rewrite history. And he also called up this history book writer and told him his version of history. And the history book writer told him he was delusional. All right, speaking of people making history, let's talk about the Democrats in Texas. So another small judicial victory in that the representatives were able to evade quorum, denying the Republicans their 5 seats, or denying the redistricting or the gerrymandered redistricting. I know that's a lot, but it's crazy. And I feel like my question is, can they go back to Texas now? And I put that on the internet, and somebody was just like, they need to be arrested. For what? They never did anything illegal in the first place. This is the rules of the game, and the rules were written for times like this. Y'all ever played Monopoly and they be like, you can only do this if this happened? We call it an event handler in e-discovery. This, you can only do this if this happened. And so they didn't do anything illegal. So hopefully when they go back, they don't have no issues. And they might try to call a second special session, but they just gonna do the same thing again unless they have like police officers or something at the courthouse, at the house, or in Congress. So, but that was extremely historic, no matter whether they have to do this fight all over again. And also shout out to Gavin Newsom, because, and I don't know if this is going to stop him or not, but he's talking about redistricting California in a democratic way. And so I think he may have started. I don't know if they're going to stop him. Additionally, in some more random tea, Donald Trump Truth Socialed that Jasmine Crockett is the future of the Democratic Party. So many different things there. Like people saying it's a dog whistle, XYZ. I say that he's probably like, I don't know. I say that he's being honest a little bit because he's him. And I think that he recognized how she kind of beat him in Texas, and he knows that was her charge, so he's giving her kudos because he's always a strategist. So I kind of see it that way, but I also see it as him he could be trying to vet Gavin Newsom against whatchamacallit, but I don't know. They say it's making it look like she's sold out. That he's trying to make her people turn against her because he's endorsing her. People say it sounded like an endorsement, but who do you want to endorse you? But I don't know. So it's a very interesting thing what's going on. First off, Jasmine Crockett can't win. Kamala Harris couldn't win. They not gonna give no black woman nothing. So, and they tell me it's tea about Gavin Newsom. I'm gonna have to do my homework on him. But it's another boy, Josh somebody. I really like him too. So who is the future? It's definitely Jasmine Crockett. Definitely AOC. It's definitely Gavin Newsom. All right, let me give y'all some quick tea that's extremely important. Hurricane Erin has leveled up to a category 5 and is set to hit the Virgin Islands, but not the United States, but be safe. There's been a ton of active shooters lately. The CDC, Fort Stewart, Target, at a bar, at a national park. And I think they actually even found a lady's body in a national park, but they say they ain't have nothing to do with nobody. It's not a murder. They're not investigating it. Donald Trump spoke at the Kennedy Center this week. Y'all seen that South Carolina candidate who just released he's about to run, and then the state or somebody released some videos of him being arrested. Look that shit up. Shout out to, I'm not a lawyer, but the Alicia Andrews trial is start Monday. Look it up. Her lawyer is trash. She's going to jail. Shout out to Surreal Talk. New Orleans Mayor Latoya Cantrell was indicted by a federal grand jury, bitch. Oh, bitch, this the last story, but y'all heard about the mom of the autistic 7-year-old who apparently had her baby stolen from her in the parking lot, but everybody think they lying. Like, she even looked like she lying. I know y'all see